lovelies, this is your girl Yana Positive, and welcome back to another episode of Speak Your Truth, the Untold. If you're new to the program, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you can be notified when we upload our next video. Welcome one, welcome all. Remember to share with those who need the encouragement, those who need the motivation, and those who need the inspiration. Because here at Speak Your Truth, we seek to create an IREE space. Inspirational, relatable, empowering, and elevating. So, how have you guys been? Wagwan, what's up? What's cooking? What's popping? Wagwan in the dance shop. So, last week I was missing, and let's just jump right into it. Last week I was missing, and thank you guys for reaching out. For those who say, hey, what's up, where's your video? And you know, I've been consistent in dishing out a video every Thursday at 8 p.m. here on Speak Your Truth. But last week was an exception. I just went AWOL, and I do apologize for that. I'm really sorry. Really sorry. Okay, so what happened last week was, for those who know me, they'll know this, but for those who don't, can get to know me a little bit better. I'm a final year student at the Northern Caribbean University, pursuing a bachelor's in social work and Associate of Arts in Communication Studies. And so I'm finishing up the social work bachelor's, and well, it's been a journey. 4 years. I can't believe it went by so fast, and it's been really quite difficult. I know a lot of times when people go, oh, you're finish strong. But it's really hard to finish strong because there's so much to do and the stakes are much higher. It's not just, if I don't do this, I won't get a grade. It's, if I don't do this, I won't graduate. And with all the expectation and with all that's happening, you want to graduate. And so you have to be meeting these ridiculous standards and doing all these things to accumulate and get the necessary requirements to, you know, just go out there and leave university. And it's been a road for me. University broke me, and it made me, like, it broke me down to a different person, and this has made me in this completely refined model. And of course, a lot of times we will complain about university, but in that aspect and in that regard, I'm grateful. But one thing about it is that the work is hard, it's long, and a lot of times persons see the achievements, the success, and they don't know how you reach there, how you get there. And it made me really think that unless you are a part of that experience, you're part of that exposure, you don't necessarily understand what it takes. And for those who are going into university, for those who are, you know, currently pursuing a university course or a college course, kudos to you. You have a strength and a vigor like no other. And for those who have not, that's all right too. Life is hard, and we all work hard to get where we should all work hard to get where we want to go, whether that looks like a university degree or college, or it's just trade school, or it's just working. But in truth and in fact, I have been pulling a lot of all-nighters. I have been running a lot of few hours of sleep because I was on my practicum experience, and when I went to practicum, and what we do at practicum, we have work experience. So it's like you go as if you're working, but you're actually just gaining experience, exposure. It's voluntary. You have to do it to finish the university degree, so it's not like they're paying you. And it's just it's just to get that experience and that exposure. They call it work experience, practicum, internship, whatever you call it. So I was getting up early in the morning, going out to work, coming in, you know, at 5. At 5, we leave the workplace. So coming in at 6, reach home by 6:30. And then when I reach home, what I do to accumulate, because it's not practical hours. I had 600 hours to complete, and it's not like literal 600 hours. It's you have to do counseling sessions, you have to do presentations, you have to attend seminars. And so to accumulate the seminar hours and to be able to complete the 600 hours within a time frame, when I went home, I came home like 6:36, I would just go straight into seminars. I would watch seminars or attend seminars until like 9, 10. And in that time, I was dealing with a lot of some health issues. I'll tell you guys about that at another time. And it was really hard for me. And then after the seminars, I would have to do schoolwork. So I was going to bed at about 2 in the morning, getting up back by 5:36 to go out back and start the same cycle over and over again. And it was exhausting and tiring. And coming off that now, I I actually started experiencing what we call in our profession burnout. For those who are social workers, you know what burnout is. But burnout is when you are exhausted, when you have experienced prolonged periods of stress and you are emotionally, physically, socially, all the alleys exhausted. You are just tired, you're tired bad. And I started experiencing burnout. And what I noticed is that last week, you know, this is my baby. Speak Your Truth is my baby. But in uploading videos, it was really tiring for me. Going on social media, tiring as well. Socializing with people, tiring. Getting out of bed, tiring. Just the small stuff started becoming tiring and exhausting. And I started noticing it, and I was saying, oh, it's just stress. I'm just tired. And then earlier this week, I got an opportunity. And an opportunity I would have, if I was, you know, in my rejuvenated state, I would have been elated and excited about. And I wasn't excited. I was not excited. I felt numb. I wasn't feeling anything at all. I was numb. I did not feel anything. I wasn't expressing any emotions. And my friends were like, yay! And I was like, and this was happening to me. It was a great opportunity. And I recognize, you know, we talked about burnout a lot during our tenure at NCU from about third year coming up. You talk about burnout a lot because it's something that you experience a lot in social work, you know, trying to help other people. And, you know, always overextending yourself can often lead to burnout. So it's something that we talk about a lot. And I attended a seminar recently. I think a group did it in class, an individual counseling session in class. I think it was Sudani and Ebony. They did some presentation or something on burnout. And I recognize it as one of the symptoms when you lose interest in everything. Even when you're supposed to be happy or excited or angry, it's just too exhausting to even exude any of those emotions. And so that's one sign of burnout. And then I recognized it when I was ending in my second year, which is the year before last. I did a very exhausting semester. I was, you know, trying to get it a certain place in the honor roll back then. I was trying to get to Magna, and my cumulative GPA was there, but my terms GPA weren't. And so that semester had me exhaustingly working to fix the mistakes I made in first year. And I did summers at school. And for those who've ever done summers, you would know that it's 1 month and you're cramming a semester worth of information in 1 month. And I was doing about 3 courses. I think at the time I was doing 3 courses. I was cramming a whole semester worth of information in that 6 weeks. Summers is 6 weeks, but you have like 5 weeks. And it hits you real hard because you're just cramming information and trying to get it done and meeting deadlines, and every day something is due because it's summers. And 1 week you have, I think, 4 weeks of schooling and then the other 2 weeks of exams. And it was exhausting. And then after that I was going overseas and I was traveling for the first time, and I should have been excited, but I wasn't excited, not at all. And I felt numb. I wasn't excited, I wasn't sad, I was just tired. And I was going over there to do colporting, and that's even more exhausting than anything you've ever experienced because it stresses you out on every level. I would not recommend that experience for another reason. I'll tell you guys at another time. But yeah, I was experiencing burnout, and so I think I'm still within it. What I did this week, I'll tell you what I did, because of course I'm trying to help you the way yeah, you can find what works for you, but this is a platform where we all share our truth and be able to encourage and inspire somebody else. And so what I did this week is I love to eat. I'm a foodie. And I made myself comfort food. So I was exhausted. I was operating on few hours of sleep, and my meals were far in between, like the hours were far in between, and I was like, I need something to be excited about, so I made myself comfort food. I made macaroni and cheese with potatoes. And I ate chocolate and some gummy worms. Definitely not healthy, but it made me feel better. And you can do it just once in a lifetime. And I had an headache, so I made this really expensive tea that I took from my dad's. This really expensive ginger looking tea, turmeric tea. And yeah, that was my dinner. And then this morning I slept in. So I got some rest, and so I feel better and more rejuvenated. I continue to pray for me, especially myself and my friends, because I know a lot of my friends are experiencing the same thing. Even if they're not talking about it, even if they don't recognize it, they are experiencing the same thing. And we have our exit exam next week, which if you don't pass, you can't graduate. So that's basically cramming like 4 years of information into your head and doing it in an interview in front of panelists of some of your toughest teachers, just spewing questions at you, and you have to be able to respond and apply in a certain manner. So just pray for us as we try to, graduate. And I'll just give you some tips on how to deal with burnout. I don't think I'm entirely out of the woods yet because I'm trying to get the gumption to study. But I do believe that some of these things help. First, to combat physical exhaustion, ensure you eat and eat properly. Eat a balanced diet. When people say properly, it just doesn't mean fruits and vegetables, but fruits, vegetable, protein, carbohydrates. Yes. Drink a lot of water. Get some rest. A lot of burnout is caused from a lack of sleep, so get some rest. Get a good night's rest. If it means sleeping in, if it means taking the day off, do it. Reframe the way you look at work. So instead of looking, oh gosh, it's work, I have to get up and go to work, think about the value that you have in your work. Think about, I have to get up and make this video, but it's gonna encourage somebody, yay! And it's gonna help somebody that is experiencing burnout, yay! So find the value in your work. Think about work differently. Find balance in your work also, in your life. So if you have to work, ensure that you're doing proper self-care, ensure that you're socializing with your friends, ensure that you are around people who encourage you, around people who motivate you, and around people who will recognize, hey, that something is wrong and, you know, can do something to fix it. Reevaluate your priorities, set boundaries. So you don't always need to be doing all the things you're doing. And a lot of times when we say, oh, I don't have the time, it's really about the priorities. It's really about valuing your self-care as much as you value working hard. You know, in society, we have a lot of times when people say, oh, you need to work hard, but they don't emphasize that you need to rest as well. So take time to rejuvenate, take some relaxed time. My relaxed time is watching series and eating good food and, you know, talking with my friends. So if that's your relaxed time, you can feel free to do that. If it's something else, under the circumstances, try to find something to relax about. Relax. It's simple and it sounds simple and it sounds easy, but it's not. So at the end of the day, it's about your priority of your self-care. So value your self-care above everything, because if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And you might think, oh, I'm just giving away a sip, I'm just giving away 2 drops, but 2 drops is going to turn into 5, it's going to turn into 10, and eventually your cup will be empty and you would not have garnered the skills you need to refill that cup. And in order to, it's not always good to empty the cup and then fill it up and then try to fill it up after you've broken down and you're now exhausted and you've reached the point of a burnout. It's always good that along the way you take 2 drops out, you put back 2. You take 5 drops out, you put back 2. It's about, you know, the little bit, always having something in your cup so that when you give, you can also put it back. And so you can give a little more. All right. So thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. I know it was a little bit different, low tone, more conversational, but I do hope you learned something. I do hope you enjoyed. Continue to pray for me as I pray for you, and have yourself a wonderful rest of the night. Catch you later.